Hey friends, and welcome back to Old Mill Homestead. So today we are going to be making, it's in the Ball canning book, it's called Easy Jalapeno Jelly. I have a lot of jalapenos in right now that need to get used up. And so I've got 6 pints of cowboy candy, and so I wanted to do something different. So I found this recipe. We're going to try it today. It looks fairly easy. I have everything I need to make it. So let's turn around and get started. You're going to hear a lot of noises in the background. That's just part of this channel. Lucille, if you can hear her, she's a talker. She talks quite a bit. And we're also under a tornado watch until later this evening. So it's thundering and lightning. The lighting's going to be off. It's super dark outside. So we're kind of keeping our ear to the ground on that in case we get called out for something. But hopefully I'll be able to get this recipe done. It's something that I want to get done, and I need to get the jalapenos ready. So let's swing around and we'll get started. So we're gonna go ahead and get our jalapenos. I'm just gonna cut the tops off, and I'm sorry about the noise. It just kind of is what it is right now. So we're gonna put our jalapenos in the chopper and get those processed. I have my canner warming up with my jars warming up back there. We're just gonna get these processed in sections because I have a small little processor out today. I didn't want to get my big one, so I have the little one. So we're just gonna fill it, and then we'll get some processing done. And then I've got a bowl to put the jalapenos in. So what I did is I left some seeds in on the first little batch. They kind of like hot stuff, but these are super hot jalapenos. So the rest of these, I'm gonna take the seeds out, get them processed, and then we'll be right back. All right, so we're on to the next step. All of my peppers are done. We're gonna get 1 cup of apple cider vinegar in the pot. We're gonna get our pepper mixture, which also has a cup of apple cider vinegar in there. And then we need 6 cups of sugar. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 6 cups of sugar. I'm just gonna stir this around a little bit just to kind of get it a little bit better incorporated into the mix. We're gonna let this come to a boil, and then we will add our liquid pectin. Now, I just picked up this at the store the other day. It is just a liquid pectin, and that's what the recipe calls for. We're gonna let this do its thing. So I'm gonna let that come to a boil. It needs to boil for 10 minutes. Then we will add in our pectin. Then in the canner, it's already warming up with my jars are also warming up as well. So we will swing back when all of that gets ready, and we will get our jalapeno jelly made. So as normal in this kitchen, I had to switch to a bigger pot. I just now set the timer for 10 minutes. I have my pectin ready to go. So once 10 minutes has happened, we'll come back, add our pectin, stir for a minute, and then hopefully our jars and canner will be ready at that point. So again, I always say this, learning experience here in this kitchen. It's always something new. I've never made this jelly before. This is my 4th time using this canner, pressure canner, water bath canner. So it's always a learning process. I don't typically ever have the right size. Whatever pot, I usually have to switch it up. One day I'll learn just to start with this because it's bigger. But this is going, our pectin's ready, kitchen's cleaned up. We're just waiting on all this to come together, and we will be back to add it to our jars. Okay, so our timer just went off for our 10 minutes. Let me turn that off so you guys can hear. I'm gonna go ahead and put my pectin in, and it calls for 2 pouches, which is what comes in the container that I bought. So I'm just going to stir that in, or pour that in, and then we will stir it. Let's get our second one in there. This is the first time I've ever made like a jelly, jam, anything. That's something I'm very interested in. Like, want to grow our own fruit here on the farm. Next year we plan on planting a lot of different fruits. This year we've done a lot and it's a little overwhelming, and so I knew better than to do the fruit this year. We're going to do a soil test and send it off before we buy the different fruits. Hey Siri, set a timer for 1 minute, please.
1 minute, starting now.
So I wanted to make sure the soil was ready for every fruit that we want to plant out there before we just kind of threw them out. We've been so blessed this year with the soil where we planted the garden. It's beautiful soil. We've not made any amendments. Some of the pumpkin plants, I did put a little bit of fish aminos on them at one point, but that is it. We do have a compost pile started, but that won't be ready till next year for next year's garden. Not gonna do a fall garden this year. Like I said, this is a lot. It's been fun, but it's a little overwhelming, and mainly where the tomatoes are concerned, just trying to keep up with different things to do for those. So we're gonna let this go for 1 minute and then get our jars ready. So our jars have been warming up. This is now done. I'm just gonna scoop this into the little jar. And it's 1/4 headspace is what you need. We are right about there on that one. And then we, of course, will wipe our rims before we put them into the canner, the water bath. There was an alternative to add food coloring, and I opted not to do that. To me, that defeats the point of growing your own produce than to then turn around and put food coloring in it. So mine might not be as pretty as some others. That's absolutely fine. Not a lot that I make is pretty, so I'm absolutely fine with that. It's not gonna hurt my feelings in the least. But I did not add the food coloring. I don't see the point other than to make it more green, less natural and more green. Obviously I didn't grow my own sugar, and I didn't grow my own apple cider vinegar, but both are organic, so I did try to make it work out well. So anyway, that's where we're at with it. To each his own. If you want to add it, it's in the book. Again, this is the Ball Canning and Preserving book, and that's what I went with to use this recipe. But like I said, do whatever works best for you. Certainly, as I've said many times, this is a learning process for me. This is something I've never done before. I'm going to make mistakes, hopefully no mistakes that hurt someone, right? But I'm going to make mistakes, and I just have to give myself a little grace and try to do as good as possible. So that would be my encouragement for you, is just try. It's very easy for me to get overwhelmed, and I've said this before, kind of frozen in fear, where I just say I don't want to do it. I'm too scared. planting a garden with some of that, because keeping inside plants never worked. Let alone a huge garden that I had a lot of time invested in. Certainly did not want to cause an issue there. But so these are all full. I'm gonna wipe the rims and then we're gonna put them in our canner. Are sticky, so keep that in mind. You do want to wipe your rims. They are sticky. It's jelly or whatever. And as most of you have seen, I'm not the best pourer. Two. Okay. So just be diligent, follow the instructions, and friends, I mean, if you have a mistake that happens, it's a learning process. Like, don't get discouraged about it. As I tell you this, I'm saying it to myself, because it's very easy for me to get discouraged when I mess something up. I don't like to feel like I'm wasting something, whether it be food, money, obviously time invested, money invested. And I tend to be pretty hard on myself about things. So a lot of times when I'm telling you these things, I'm reminding myself that everything I make in the kitchen is not going to be a winner. Let me put you over so you can see what I'm doing. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with this process, but I'm just wiping the rim around. I need to add just a little bit more, and I have a little bit more to add to that one. So you want 1/4 headspace. This is already kind of starting to set up a little bit. So I am going to add just a little bit more to a couple of these to get just a little bit more of that headspace. Dropped a little of that in the floor. That's okay. We will fix that. I can feel the jelly on the jar from where I was where I was trying to add some to these. So I'm just going to wipe these down. I am going to try this, even though you've heard me say I don't eat jalapenos. I am going to try this, and I'm going to try the cowboy candy. 1, 2. I might like them and I might not, but I won't know if I don't try them, and I've never had either one. I've watched a lot of people make cowboy candy on YouTube, and that's what's kind of piqued my interest in it, because it's something I can do to preserve those jalapenos. 1, 2. Okay. But as far as ever making it myself, never have. So I've got our water in here. I'm going to put our jars in here. I think I have the right headspace, but if not, I will add some more in just a second. I tried to make sure I had enough in there warming up, but I might not, and that's fine. So this made 6 of these little 8-ounce jars for me, which was perfect. So this made 6 of those little 8-ounce jars of the, it's called Easy Jalapeno Jelly. It made 6, which is perfect because that's how many I was hoping to get out of it. It says 5, mine made 6, so that way I'm not wasting any. So we're gonna let that come to a boil and let it go for 10 minutes. Then we're gonna remove the lid, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then we'll be back to bring them out. All right, friends, it is done. So it cooked for 10 minutes, and then I let it sit for 5. And then we're just gonna put it on a towel over here to cool. I'll show you one kind of up close, and then I'll show you what they look like sitting over here in just a second. So took 10 minutes to process, let it cool for 5, and then obviously, you know, bring it out and let it cool. Over on your counter, and then put up. I'm not so good about putting up within 24 hours. I have noticed that. Usually takes me a couple days to actually get it stored. We don't actually have pantry space for all of this stuff, so it's kind of just makeshift, kind of putting it where I can fit it in there, and that's just what it is. So let me show you what it looks like. So there is our 6 jars of jalapeno jelly. And like I said, you can find that recipe in the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. That's where I get a lot of my canning recipes. This being my first experience doing any of this, I try to stick very closely to what the book says. I know a lot of veteran canners talk about changing the recipe up a little bit, but being new, I don't want to do that. So you can get it in the Ball recipe. It was pretty easy, but we will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.